All right, what do we got here? We got a beer, which I had to let it sit for 5 minutes while I figured out my memory card, which was full. So it still has a little bit of a head on it. It was up to there. We got that. And we have a glass of blueberry wine that I finally get to try. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And we're going to make another drink. It's a bit of a twist on a drink that's called Grog. So we'll do those things and more coming up on this Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers. All right, well let's get to the bottom of things here. Cheers, guys. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Hope you guys are well. Thank you for joining. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear. Actually, I should close that. Don't mind the mess behind me here. Just as I was setting this up, but this all fell over. So now I have to sort all those papers out. Papers, I hate them. Jeez. Anyways, happy Homebrew Wednesday, and thanks for coming back and joining the weekly vlog here. Well, let's put this beer down somewhere over there. Thanks for all your comments last week on the drumming and all that kind of stuff. That drum set is actually just a tiny part of a bigger drum kit that I have that I don't have room to set up, and I just wanted to put that one together just for my kids so he could try it. And yesterday I said, I should probably take that thing apart and put it away. And she said, well, leave it till the weekend. It's like he might want to get back on it, and of course I might want to get back on it and have a go at it. Okay, this is a wine, and I forgot to get my flashlight. I talked about this wine last week. I wanted to try something different, and so I bought a blueberry wine kit, and so it came with the wine, the extract, the juice, the grape extract, the normal, like the yeast package, and the normal, fining agents and all that kind of stuff to stop it from fermenting and to clear it. Speaking of that, I don't know how much clearer a wine can get. That is really amazing. Wow. Good stuff. So that's great. And it came with a flavor pack, which you add after you kill the yeast, and it back sweetens the wine. Now, I didn't think this wine was going to be as sweet as it was. My hope was that this flavor pack was going to add a bitterness to it. When you buy blueberries, if you eat them when they're just right, they're very sweet. But if you eat them when they're not quite ripe, or when they're a little bit overripe, they're a little more bitter. And that's kind of what I was hoping for. But no, they seemed to aim for the sweet aspect of the thing. So, like I've done other wines that came with those flavor packs that weren't quite as sweet. Now, it has settled. It was a little sweeter than I'd like. That wine glass is dirty. I washed it too. Must be that. I've got to use Cascade. I think that's what. Great hop and a great dish soap. Anyway, it has calmed down. It's not as sweet as it was. So I haven't tasted it in a few days. It's still sitting in the carboy. Completely safe to use a wine thief and take wine out of your carboy once it's been stabilized. It's not going to get infected. You'd have to do something really wrong to cause an infection in that wine once you've added your sulfite and your sorbate. Anyway, without further ado, let's give it a whirl and see how it's going. You can't taste the alcohol. You cannot. It's about 7 or 8%. I'd say probably closer to 7. I think I made a joke that you could send this to to school with your kids and they'd never know it was alcoholic until they fell asleep in class. Yes, now I remember. You know what I'm going to do with this? I'm going to drink enough to bring the level of the carboy down to 20 liters, and I'm going to keg it and carbonate it. That's what has to happen with this. It just kind of tastes sort of blah, you know. So I'm going to carb it. I'm going to carb it up, and it's going to be a wine cooler. By next week, I will have this carbonated, and we'll try it again and see how it goes. Now, I have to let my wife taste it. And actually, hope she's not sleeping yet. Maybe I'll go up and have her taste it. Maybe she likes it. And if she does, then she can drink some of it. You know, no problem. I like it. It's just that's, you know, when I drink a glass of wine, I expect that kick, you know, that thing. I don't know what it is. But it's a good, mild fruit wine, and I give it a thumbs up. Cheers. But you know what? It does taste like it needs to be carbonated. And of course, they can't build that into the kits. The ability to carbonate your wine. Well, I suppose they could if you were bottling it like beer, where you fermented it and then you added extra sugar to it and bottled it so that it could carbonate in the bottles. Yeah, you could definitely do that. But you wouldn't be able to add your stabilizers, your sulfite and your sorbate, because they'll kill the yeast and then it won't ferment. It won't carbonate. But when you're doing it in a keg, of course, you're not relying on fermentation for carbonation. You're force carbing it. Oh, and I got my tank filled. Finally, got a brand new food grade CO2 20-pounder. Let's take a little look. It lasts me about a year, though.
Good old friend Rob.
Yeah, good. He wants to be on camera.
No, I don't.
You don't? No. Well, too bad.
I don't know who's. I might be wanted somewhere.
You might be wanted. Well, the CO2 tank lasts me about a year. So that's pretty good. It was about this time last year when somebody brought me down here to get this.
That was me, wasn't it?
No, that was 2 years ago.
Oh.
I know, we're getting old.
Almost down at Yogi's here, eh?
Whatever that is. There we go. And the guy even carries it for me.
Been here before, man.
This is my Praxair guy. CO2 guy. We just made it here like at 5 o'clock when they closed. And I actually had to call them and ask them to stay open a little bit because we got caught in traffic. Hopefully we don't get in an accident and the thing blows up.
CO2, man. It'll put the fire out.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. Right on. Oh, you see behind here I've got, this is called a digital audio workstation. And I have a song that I was working on. And I've just been fiddling around with it. But you'll hear it. It's going to be in mono, but...
I don't wanna be alone tonight. I don't wanna be alone tonight. Just waiting by the phone and wondering where you're gone. I don't wanna have to sacrifice. I don't wanna hear you call.
So if you want to download that song, it's free. It's on my website, CraigFaraway.com. Go to the left, click on the music section, and you can download that song and any of the other songs that are there absolutely free. There is a donate button if you want, but you do not have to do that. You can download them totally for free, and there's no viruses, I promise. No. So, anyways, back to the beer. And, cheers. It's cool. You can take out watch this. Look, you can take out all the music and just...
I don't wanna be alone tonight. I don't wanna be alone tonight.
So all the tracks are separate and you can mix them all together. Some of you guys know how recording works. The next thing I wanted to do is talk to you about this Grog. And, but I didn't do it the way they used to do it. I put a little twist on it. let's take a look at that. Well, here I am under this extremely bright light, because this part of the basement doesn't have any lighting, so I just stuck one up there. The other day, my son was telling me about a drink that he saw on the internet called Grog, G-R-O-G. Some of you may have heard of it. I haven't read up on all the history of it. I do know that they used to drink it on boats when they had to, like, you know, years and years, like centuries ago or whatever, when they had to travel across the ocean. And the sailors, you know, their water used to go rancid. So what they would do is they would make grog, and grog was basically rum. I guess some people, there's so many different ways of making it, but it's 4 parts water to 1 part rum, one of the ways of making it, and a little bit of, they use lime juice. The lime juice gives them the vitamin C to help them so they don't get scurvy. I guess that's what the theory was. So anyway, they drank this stuff all day long. And I had a go at making some, and just for fun, and it was pretty good. But this gave me an idea. And you can look up how to make grog on YouTube, and you know, there's lots of varieties of ways of doing it. This gave me a bit of an idea, because you can also make it with beer. You can replace the water with beer, so that you're basically creating a drink. It's like, you know, like a rum and Coke, but instead of the Coke, you're putting in beer. And I thought, I'm going to try something here. So let's do this. I've got stuff set up over here. I have got a little glass. I've got some little bit of rum here. And I don't have lime juice, but I have lemon juice. And I have my beer inside of here. So we'll get this cleared off and we'll give this a try. So the first thing I'm going to add to this, and it's homebrew beer, so this is homebrew related, right? Is our little bit of rum. I guess this is probably I don't know how much this is. I don't know how much we should put in. Well, it's probably a shot, right? Get that out of the way. We'll put in a little bit of a little bit of lemon juice here. A lime juice is the thing that they use when they make grog. This is, I guess you could call this grog with a twist. I don't know. What the heck? So I got a little bit of that in there. And we'll pour in, whoops, I'll do it down here. I'll just give it a couple of squirts of lime juice. I buy this stuff. It's great. It's called real lemon juice. I drink it with water all the time. Put that there, and then we'll go in and grab, it smells weird, go in and grab some beer out of here. So let's just top that up with beer. I'm just experimenting tonight, man. This is crazy stuff. Wow, it looks kind of cool. Nice little froth on the top there. That back in there. Wow. Anyways, you know what? We could come up with a name for this, or maybe somebody's already done it. I don't know. But it's a twist. It's grog with a twist, and it's just a different way of drinking a little bit of a beer. And I just thought I'd share you with this. And I haven't tried this yet. I have not done it. It could taste horrible. Who knows? Let's give it a whirl. Cheers. Wow. That's the best rum and Coke I ever tasted. It's actually surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. Probably great for when you have the flu. That's pretty interesting. That really is pretty cool. You guys should try stuff like this. Mixing, you know, spirits with your home brew. And especially if you have a batch that's not, and I've had messages recently on the 17 Brew Crew forum, some people having some problems with, you know, their beer didn't come out right or didn't taste quite right or whatever. You know, I mean, there are ways of masking the off flavors that you sometimes get in your home brew. And this is one of them. I can't quite taste the lime, I don't think. Well, it's kind of in there, like sort of mixed in. It's not dominant. But yeah, you know, you can make. We've seen me do mixing Clamato juice with beer. If you can't get Clamato juice, just use V8. Works great. Mixing it with beer. You know, if you're just tired of the same old thing, you know, with beer, which I don't think most of us get that way, but if you did, you know. And you can, I make shandies sometimes, where I'll mix half beer and half like ginger ale or Sprite or something like that. That's a nice summer drink, although it's not summer here right now, but you know, a nice thing to have in the middle, say for lunch. You don't want to get loaded or anything like that, but you just want to have a nice drink. Or spirits. And I know a few of you out there, and you know who you are, Mr. Barr, if you're watching, who make your own spirits. And hey, have you ever tried putting a drop of your spirits into your home brew? It's pretty interesting. I'm not gonna drink this whole thing because it's, you know, I don't want to get. This is what, 40% plus minus, you know, and the proportions and all that. But it probably is pretty. You could probably get a bit of a bang off of this if you didn't take it easy. So anyway, there you have it. Just a little experiment for you to try with your home brew, mixing stuff with it. Just take a little glass and give it a whirl. And, well, that's it. I'll send you back to that other guy. Cheers. Here you go. Geez, I wonder what would happen if I poured that into there. No, I'm not going to do that. You could, though. Mixing stuff with beer has been something that I've actually enjoyed. Clamato juice, like I said in the other segment there, like, you know, V8, just for a change, you know. But, you know, if you're making good beer, you really don't want to mess it up with adding stuff to it. But it just depends. That drink that you just saw me make there, that was pretty good. That was actually a nice treat. I wouldn't drink it a lot, but it was something different. And just experiments. Just one thing to brew, and then you can experiment with, you know, dressing up your beers. That's what I think. That's a great idea. To see what you can get, because you know, you got 5 gallons or 10 gallons of the same beer. Why not cook with it? I know that seems like kind of a waste, and I cringe a little bit when people say, you know, why don't you, you know, pour a glass of beer into that stew and cook with that beer? And I'm like, well, that's, you know, all the alcohol evaporates, and it just, you know, it seems like a waste of a glass of beer. I have cooked with my homemade red wine, and wow, was that ever good. It's worth doing. It is. But, you know, if you brew up a stout or something like that, or this is a dark ale. Actually, I should probably, I know I do. I'm getting noticed now for doing this. People have said things. It's okay. That's positive things, funny things. That is a nice looking beer. I know it doesn't come out the same on the camera because the camera over exposes it, but it's and the glass is frothing. I like my beer cold. So yeah, that's a great looking beer. I can't even remember. Oh yeah, this is just a Cooper's Dark Ale. That's all that is. I got another one brewing back there. I think it's a lighter beer, and then I'm going to get into the darker beers after that. They're shutting off our water tomorrow because they're building houses back, and they have to do the plumbing. So I'm gonna be filling up. That's the nice thing about having. It's the only time that an empty fermenter is of any use, other than for beer. You fill that sucker up with water, so you've got a place to, you know, use water to wash your hands, to, you know, give the dog some water, or if you want to take a little cup upstairs, brush your teeth, you know, things like that. And of course I fill up the water cooler as well, so we've got something to drink. And a couple of carboys, just make sure that that's what I'm going to do. Just one 5-gallon thing of water is going to be great for that. But anyway, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I know you guys don't care if it's long, but there's only one more thing I want to talk to you about after I take a refresher. Boy, I love it. Is that I didn't check this myself. I did not know this, but my son informed me that I've gone past 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. I want to thank you guys. Not all of my subscribers watch all of my videos, but thank you for subscribing. 50,000 I'm happy with it. It's nothing compared to some of the people on YouTube who have thousands, millions, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They're doing cooking, they're doing other things that are very, very popular, in the general public. Home brewing is not that popular when you really think about it. It's like out of the percentage of people in the population who do drink beer on a relatively regular basis, out of those people, there's a small percentage of those that brew their own beer. So this channel I don't see how it could possibly become one of those, viral channels. But you know what? I'm thankful. 50,000 subscribers for an old guy with white hair and, who's brewing beer. That's pretty darn good. So thank you guys very much. I'm not a chick in a bikini. So I'm totally comfortable with that amount of subscribers. Really, I don't think I could handle, 500,000, million subscribers, 2 million, all these people have all these, I don't think I could, I don't know if I could deal with that. I certainly wouldn't be able to communicate on a personal level as much as I do with most of my viewers, as we do on the 17 Brew Crew, and responding to your comments in the comment section. There'd be no way you can come. The camera's not pointed that way. It's okay. My wife has to come down and finish the laundry, so it's behind the camera, which is good. And I don't think I could handle that. So I'm completely comfortable with that, and thank you so much for subscribing. I should probably get the heck out of here. I've taken up enough of your time. Please check out t-shirts at tgtshirts.com. Friday night broadcast, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, vonlive.tv/CraigTube. Unless I'm sick or have a previous engagement, I will be there. Great tunes, great fun, great chat. And other than that, this will be carved up next week, and we'll give it a go and see how it works out like that. I'm actually going to get my wife to taste a little bit of this after I shut the camera off and see what she thinks.
Not a chance.
Oh, it's just there is a chance. She'll like this one. It's a good wine, but she might like it better once it's carbonated. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Cheers. Thumb up the video if you like it, and post your comments down below. I love your comments. Love reading them. Please post them down below so I can respond, and maybe next week, I'll have more to talk about if I see more comments. If you want to suggest topics for me to discuss, there's where you do it, right there. And of course, 17brewcrew.com as well, where you can get a hold of me easily. Thanks, guys. Cheers. 17. Oh, shit.